I've always been like very inclined towards being a teacher, and it's something that I feel like I've secretly wanted since I was like a really little kid. But as I grew older, I feel like I found myself becoming much more community oriented, and I think now like being part of my community and being invested in my community is like really really important to me. And so when I was deciding on a career, I wanted to do something where I felt like I could give back. And as much as I loved school growing up and I had really positive school experiences, I felt that there were still gaps in those experiences that I think needed to be filled. And so I felt like me going to become an educator was sort of my attempt to fill in those holes and really like bring my community together and help us move forward. If you're really considering the MAT program, I think you need to ask yourself if you're like ready to be challenged. And I think that comes in like a variety of different ways, be that the workload, be that the course load, or be that like just in terms of what you believe and just in terms of how you view teaching and how you view education. And I think that's like one of the biggest things that I've gained from this program is I've been taught to challenge things and I've been taught to really examine like the world that we live in and the way that we teach very critically. And I think because of that, I've come out as someone who's like very unafraid to like state my opinion in those spaces. I think going into this program, I didn't anticipate the coursework to be as rigorous as it is, or be as like kind of like academic and theoretical as it is either. And I think that was definitely something that I struggled with early on when I was doing all of the coursework. But I think over time, like despite like how theoretical and how dense some of the reading and some of the material that we've been covering is, like we're able to pull out a lot of nuggets from that. And I think one of the biggest things is how important it is to kind of like treat your students as people and build relationships. And I think as teachers, especially ones who go into the profession out of a love for our content areas or for for wanting to like seek those like mentorship positions or things like that, like we sometimes forget to build those relationships with our students first. And I think UCI MAT program does like a really really good job of emphasizing the importance of that. I think for me the best part about the MAT program is I think like beyond just how supportive it is, I feel like it is such like an empowering teacher program. And I think it's not only just like as teachers and giving us what we need to feel like we can succeed out in like the real world and in like our future jobs, but also as students. I've never been in an like educational situation where I feel that I have as much agency as I do in this program. Like the professors are all so responsive. The administration is all incredibly responsive to any feedback that the students may give or have given. And especially in a time like now where there is just so much going on in the world and there are so many other external factors, like having that type of support and having that sort of responsiveness from the program itself has been absolutely invaluable.